So far, I've built long-term bags and used IDSS to time the purchases of leaps and synthetic longs during big opportunities. AEX gets it. He understands TA. And that is going back to the very first question. In my jurisdiction, though, I can only compound gains tax-free if I avoid options and leverage. Otherwise, all portfolio capital gains get taxed at 35%. And that basically leaves me with two strategies: rotation model, tax-free, no leverage, or leaps, synthetic longs, leverage, but taxed heavily. Do you think the rotation model can realistically keep up with an options-based strategy over the long run? And would you sacrifice options and leverage to have a tax-free account? So I'm going to touch on so many important things because people get tripped up on this all the time. And it's a mistake to think about. But this also, these 4 points are going to be very important. And by the way, when you are in retirement accounts, yes, tax-free sounds sexy. But if I didn't have my options to hedge my assets and do covered calls and everything else, I wouldn't be where I am today. It's a very, very important part of what I am. Yes, you can make it on rotation model, but rotation model is a different kettle of fish. We'll get to that in a second. First of all, focus should be on building wealth. Taxes are part of winning. You never go broke paying taxes. Said this 1,000 times. The goal is to maximize after-tax returns and not avoid taxes entirely. If you can get into a position, an options position, for example, and easily do a 10x or a 20x, okay, versus holding the stock where you do a 1x or 2x, don't worry about paying 30% or 35%. Okay, you're way up. You're way up. So consider the cost of doing business. Also, build wealth, rotation in a tax-free account. That's the rotation model. But do this with about 20% of your portfolio and be patient and pick the winning assets over the next 2 years. Absolutely critical. And these tax advantage accounts can help you build a much larger bag. So yes, you've seen how hodling you maybe get a 2x, how rotating you get 10x, 20x. That's how that works too. And there's no drag on it. But the key is what people get tripped up on. They think if they buy a leap and the leap is profitable, they sell the leap. Yes, when you sell the leap, you pay taxes. If you buy the leap and convert the leap to stock, and then you hold the stock, all the Tesla stock I got for my 2017 leaps, never sold them. I've never paid any taxes on them. But that's a big mattress that I sell puts against now today. Okay, I want people to understand this. It's so important. So you do not pay taxes until you sell. And when you're building winning assets, don't ever think about selling. You don't need to sell. Let's go back to what happens when you don't sell. I think it's slide 28. Look at these returns when you don't sell. Okay. In some cases, millions of percent. Absolutely wild. So let me go back to, where was I? Juggling here. All right, this one. So again, don't think about that too. And that's why I never thought I would need money at 65, so I never did retirement accounts. That's just me, though. That's my own personal thing. Again, my goals are not your goals. And remember as well, if you have a big bag of Tesla, okay, this is the magical part. You can buy, borrow, die. You never have to sell anything. You think Larry Ellison or Elon Musk or those guys, you think they sell their stock to live? No, they borrow against it and buy more stuff or invest more. And it doesn't trigger capital gains, and you get your cash flow to live, and you can write off the interest, depending on your jurisdiction. I'm not a global tax accountant or a tax accountant, but that is how the rich get richer. So remember, when I buy a leap in an asset, it's to convert that to stock, and then ultimately sell some of that stock if I need to rotate into a faster asset. That's my whole game.